Welcome to our study again of the New City Catechism. This week's question is, what's an idol? We follow up last week was what's sin about and what's a sin. This week is what's an idol, and that's a question that is pretty deep. They do a great job of answering that question. An idol is anything that we displace God out of our heart with, and we do that with all kinds of different things. The tip-off to whether that's happened in our lives or not, oftentimes I think comes in how we respond to whatever it is that we don't get or we want or maybe we can't have. And so if we respond in a sinful way, when that happens, it's a tip-off that there's an idol there somewhere, something that we've displaced God with. So that alerts us to that happening in our lives. John Calvin said, our hearts are idol factories. So we're constantly developing new idols all the time. Sometimes those idols are sinful, heinous things, but oftentimes they're not. Oftentimes they're just even good things, things that we would desire. Like you could desire having a good, godly family. But when you desire it so much that you start to manipulate and scream at your kids to fall in line, then you begin to sin. You become part of the problem rather than the solution. And it reveals that you've turned your family or that desire for a good thing into sin. And so idol has certainly developed in the midst of that. In the book, Tim Keller, I think uses a phrase, I don't know if he came up with it, or I think I've seen it other places too, but it's turning good things into ultimate things. So when something becomes ultimate in our lives, we have to have it. And I think we could ask that question, what in my life do I have to have? And if we can answer that with anything other than I have to have God in my life, then it should be revelatory that there's an idol that has developed there someplace. So we got to keep track of those idols. They're like the whack-a-mole game. You got to keep ahead of them. They keep popping up all the time. And so God's word helps us tremendously in the midst of those as we continue to seek after him as we bring it home together today.